Hello ladies and gentlemen, Greg McCloskey from ForexLive.com. This is the Kickstart video. Today's date is October 14th, 2024. In the Kickstart video, I take a look at three of the major currency pairs: the euro versus US dollar, the dollar versus yen, and sterling versus US dollar from a technical perspective. So let's get started. I will start by taking a look at the euro versus US dollar and look at the 4-hour chart for the analysis. And if we go back to Friday, we closed just above its 100-day moving average. That's this level right here, 1.09348. The price action in last week's trade did trade above and below that moving average level. So the market wasn't necessarily paying close attention to it as a point of where the market could either move sharply to the upside or even sharply to the downside, although it tried. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Instead, the market traded around it, which means that the market, the traders out there were unsure of which way they wanted the price to go. We tried to the downside, we tried to the upside, and we closed right above it. In trading here today, what do? We opened up below that moving average line. So the bias had shifted more to the downside. And we moved down toward this area right through here. This yellow area right through here corresponds with a swing level. Going back in time, you can go back to this period right through here where we had different swing lows and swing highs coming through here, here, and here before the market started its rotation to the upside off of this point right here. It wasn't until last week that the price didn't move below that level, or the high of that level, I should say, but came and found support against the low of that swing area and pushed to the upside. So in trading here today, when the market in the first 4 hours of trading came down toward that level, we did find support buyers. But where do we go? We went right up to the 100-day moving average, found willing sellers up just above that level and pushed back to the downside. Now we are making new lows on the day and heading into this swing area through here. That area comes between 1.08999, let's call it 109, and 1.09126. If we move below that level, guess what? We're going to head down toward this green line. This green line represents the 200-day moving average. That level comes in at 1.08736. Also corresponds with a swing level or swing area going back to back here and beyond, which comes in right around that level, just probably down to the 1.0870 level. So that would be the next key target on a break of the 108.999, 109 level. So be aware of that if we break below the 200-day moving average. And now we're below the 100 and 200-day moving average, and it opens the door for further downside momentum, which could take the price all the way back down to the August low once it's all done and said and done, and we'll see what happens down there. We could also bounce off of this level and push back above the swing area, and we move back toward the 100-day moving average. Everything's open, but right now the sellers are taking control in the euro versus US dollar and the move below the 100-day moving average. So let's take a look at the dollar versus yen. And if we look at this currency pair, we did have this highs, I should say, going back to August, mid-August. I think it's like August 16th that the price moved up to and then through at these little hairs above that line at the 149.356 level that gave the buyers the go-ahead to push higher, but they didn't at all. They just moved a few pips. Well, it was about 20 pips, I think, to 55 here at the high for the week. So that wasn't, nothing, but with the ranges that we've seen in the dollar versus yen, it was somewhat modest. So we came back down, tested the broken 38.2% retracement of the move down from the July high. You can't see it, but it goes back there to the low price that we saw in the month of September. 38.2 comes in at 148.116. And we started a little rotation to the upside. We did stay below that old high right here, as you can see in Friday, but in trading here today with a Japan on holiday, we did nevertheless start to move back above the 149.356 level and making new highs, trading up to right now near 68, 149.68. So it's making a break away from the 149.356 level. That level is now going to be close support, so be aware of that. On the top side, the next real key target comes against a 50% retracement of the same move down from here to here. That level comes in at 150.756. And then you see these two lines right here. This blue line represents the 100-day moving average. The green line represents the 200-day moving average. Both of those are near converged at 151 point, what is that, 72? Maybe 72? Maybe it's 22. I can't really tell. But when we go, just look for those lines on your charts. 100 and 200-day moving average near converged up there. That is going, if we continue this move to the upside in trading this week, that would be certainly a hard target to get to and through, at least on the first test, if we do move above those levels, and it opens the door even for more upside momentum in the dollar versus yen. But the 50% is always a tough level too, and the 100 and 200-day moving average, both those levels are going to be key to get to and through, and could provide some reason to sell for dollar yen traders out there. So be aware, be prepared. But short-term support now at 149.356. Let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar. On the 4-hour chart, we did move below its 50% retracement of the last move up from the August low to the high price that we saw in September. That 50% retracement level came in at 1.30488. If you go back in time, it was also near things like this high back here in the low, and a couple highs right there through here, high here before breaking to the upside. Came down to that level again here. So I only outlined those by using arrows through here. That's a key level before we broke to the downside. Tried to stay below it here before moving higher. So coming back down toward it, we found the support buyers right there. We did fall below it, and now we are falling back below it again here. So that is now close resistance of 1.30488. As long as the price remains below that level, the bias remains more to the downside, and the sellers can further explore potentially down to probably this area right through here. And also the 61.8% retracement, a rising 100-day moving average. Both of those levels will come in play on the downside for the sterling versus US dollar. For the bias, we can stay below the 50% retracement. So close resistance at 1.30488, and the downside has this level in between, probably around, well, I don't know where it is, but look for this low right here. I'll get to it right here. The low came in at 1.30346, and it's 1.3001. So let's call it 130 down there, and below that the 129.58 level and the rising 100-day moving average. So there you have it. Look at 3 of the major currency pairs. My name is Greg Michalowski. Good fortune with your trading today and this week. Bye-bye now.